What's up, guys? I'm here visiting my parents for Christmas in the beautiful state of South Carolina. My dad had an original Ultimate, and I wanted to pick up a Slash so I could drive with him while we're here. And intention was to get a BL2S, but the hobby store didn't have one, so I had to settle for an Ultimate. I think that'll be all right. I thought it'd be cool to do a comparison just because his is it's over 10 years old at this point. So this was the Ultimate back in the day, and this is the brand new Ultimate that we have now. So just gonna do an unboxing, kind of a comparison. Maybe we'll go over some of the features just before I crack it open. But the original Ultimate, maybe this isn't the first model, but it's quite old at this point. Still had all the aluminum bits in the center diff, but the GTR shocks were not a thing yet. So this one came with the big bores, still had the sway bar, but this was kind of back before lipos were really prevalent. So this came with a nickel metal hydride battery in the box, but still S1 tires. Keen eye will notice this is the high center of gravity chassis. I don't believe the LCG was a thing yet either. No HD parts, no HD axles or arms or anything like that. Came with the old school transmitter. I actually still like the way this one looked. I feel like it's more unique than what we get today, but it was the old transmitter. Still the Devlenian system, but it was the old model. It was the 2-pole motor without the capacitors on the ESC. So we will see how much has changed here. Out of the way. So this is the brand new Ultimate. I was happy to see they actually had the clipless one. So this is the most up-to-date Ultimate that Traxxas is currently putting out. I'm trying to make the box a lot sleeker so you don't get as many features here, but sway bars, aluminum, GTR shocks, clipless. What are they showing here? S1 tires. It's got the TQI with the Bluetooth, Metal Gear servo. Oh yeah, what servo do we have here? Oh yeah, so the original Ultimate just had the 2075 servo. That's what comes in the VXLs today. This is plastic gears, pretty standard servo. So yeah, even the old Ultimate did not have a good servo in it. Yeah, we'll crack this boy open and see what we are working with. We've all seen this a million times. Signature foam. Here's the truck. We got the green one. That was all they had. I'm not a fan of the green, but my dad likes it, so it'll work out. There you go. I get a shock tool now. Put the transmitter back in here too. There you have it, the brand new Ultimate, clipless out of the box. We have tested the clipless enough by now. It is the only way to go. Ditch those cotter pins.
Oh, no lights though. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So the Ultimate does no RTR Slash comes with lights anymore. They used to have the brushed one with lights. But they discontinued that model. So yeah, let's get this out of the way. Take a look at it. This is the new Ultimate. My dad still has and still runs his original Ultimate. It's changed a bit. He got this, 10 years ago when I was a kid, and then I got back into it. He dusted this thing off, started putting some parts on it. So he did the clipless conversion, and he also added the lights. and he got the mesh cover. His servo went out, so he swapped that. Added the ESC fan, the motor fan. But the rest is all original. So yeah, there we go. We got the high CG versus the low CG.
Oh, there we go, yeah.
They both had the aluminum drive shafts. These are the original 10-year-old S1 tires. Still sticky, still soft. These are, yeah, the big bore shocks, that the original big bores from the original Ultimate versus the GTRs. And see how much beefier those GTRs are. The threaded body and the bigger springs. The sway bars look the same. This has the HD arms versus the standard arms on the original Ultimate. This has those HD axles, or the extreme HD axles. You can tell by that gray plastic, a little bit beefier than the original Ultimate axles. But I don't think you've really had any parts failure on this truck other than the servo, right? I don't think you've broken anything.
Broke the rear bumper at some point.
Yeah, so he just cracked the rear bumper, but again, it's 10-year-old plastic.
Yeah, it's pretty much held together.
But this is got the full telemetry on the Ultimate too, so I'm excited to try that out. You got the motor heat sensor there. This extra wire, I think this is for battery voltage, maybe.
Yeah.
But there should be, I think there's probably a GPS for speed. We'll dig into it and see.
So the low CG has, I noticed, the exposed drive shaft.
Yeah,
it's not covered.
Yeah, because it's a drop deck, the drive shaft's in the same position relative to the front and rear bulkhead, but the belly pan's lower.
Yeah, okay.
So you create that space. But yeah, I mean, it's out of the box and it's pretty well set up. The only thing that I think you really need to add is there's a chassis brace. Because of the way the low CG is, it's prone to cracking, like right there.
Okay.
So we may want to add that at some point, but the Ultimate is truly Ultimate. Maybe not this one. I mean, it's pretty crazy to see how really bare bones this one was out of the box for an Ultimate. Yeah, because it's not much more than the VXL, other than the aluminum and I guess the big bore. Yeah, so it had some upgrades over the VXL, but this is just a totally different animal from what you get with the modern VXL.
Yeah, I can see a lot of differences in the back too. The engine, where the rear diff sits. Oh, it's just all high. It's different because of the chassis.
Yeah, the chassis is what's going to be responsible for a lot of that. But yeah, so here's the difference in the ESC. You got these 3 capacitors on the back.
Oh yeah, okay.
This one does not have that, and then
the
motors
thing runs
are a little different.
So slow compared to the newer Slashes.
Yeah, so my dad mentioned that after driving my VXL on 3S, how much faster mine was. He was saying that my VXL on 2S is as fast as his on 3S. So it could be the difference in the ESC and motor, or now I'm wondering if this is in training mode. So we're gonna put some batteries in it and see what's going on. But yeah, we'll be racing these later today. We found out the hobby store where we bought this from has a dirt track, and they run Slashes. There were a few guys that were driving Slashes at the time. So we'll head back if Mom and Delaney permit it. We'll head back over there later and try to do some driving. But at the very least, we'll be ripping around the street. But yeah. All right, guys, switch over to the GoPro. My dad also got a UDR recently. Picked up the Rigid. He was able to find one in stock. But we got both of the Slashes going. His was in training mode, as we suspected. He's been driving it for the last couple months in training mode. Oh, you got a car coming. We did a race off camera once we got his out of training mode, and they were pretty much neck and neck. So we'll record one here, and you guys can see the difference between a brand new Ultimate, a 10-year-old one, is virtually unchanged. We bought 2 brand new 2S packs, just charged them up. So the batteries are equal, only difference is the motors. And his motor and ESC combo is totally stock too. It's been unchanged, unmaintained. I don't think we've ever had to do any work to it. So I'm gonna post up the GoPro, we'll do a quick run. All right, we're lined up. Keep in mind this is the same brand new 2S Traxxas packs, both fully charged. Something to note is the old Ultimate does not have TSM, whereas the new one does, so it might get a little squirrely off the line. I've got new tires on the new Ultimate. He's got the original S1s, although his feel a lot stickier. So some small differences, but the batteries are the same. All right, count it down. 3, 2, 1, go! All right, I jumped the gun on that one. We'll re-rack them. Three, 2, 1, go! All right, yeah, that was pretty even. So I don't know how much of that stayed in frame, but we were pretty much neck and neck.
TSM, lack of TSM didn't hurt me too bad.
Yeah. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Yeah, I think I beat him by like an inch there, but again, it was pretty much neck and neck. I really wouldn't say either one is faster than the other. Any difference in speed has more to do with TSM and tires, I would say. But yeah, I mean that's good to see a 10-year-old system with no maintenance done to it, and a fair amount of driving back in the day. I mean, I remember you were driving in the snow and everything. So
yeah, right. I haven't really done the bearings.
Yeah, original bearings. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all.